Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. Lizzie the Lightworker here. Today, guys, I'm bringing you a reading for Sagittarius dealing with a narcissist. So, Sagittarius, are you dealing with a narcissist? Are you wondering? And we're going to go over some areas in this reading that can help you out. So, if this could be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a lover, a spouse, it could be your boss, it could be a family member. It doesn't matter. Take how it resonates. Toss, please, what does not. Don't worry about it. We're going to talk about you. How do you feel in this relationship with this narcissist? We're going to talk about traits of the narcissist, why they're like this, why they hurt others and disrupt others, why they harm themselves and cause harm to others, sort of ways to cut ties and advice to heal. So if you'd like to hear all these messages and more, please stick around and we're going to jump right into this. So, dealing with a narcissist, how do you feel? All right, so we're getting the Two of Swords. To me, that's saying that there's a lot of indecisiveness here. It's either that, you refuse to believe they're really like this, or you're refusing to believe that you're with somebody like this or around somebody like this. You're also sort of selective with what you see good and bad in them. I feel like you don't want to see all the bad. You're open to seeing the good, and you want to hold on to the good parts of them, but you're not seeing the bad. I feel like there's blinders because they've also done this to you. They've also put blinders on you where they have groomed you to believe if they do one small good deed that it erases all the bad they've done in the past. So I feel like you're having a hard time deciding whether to stay or go or whether to believe them or not. There's two energies of that mixed black and white sort of thinking. And that's their energy. They have a black and white thinking. There's no gray area. It's either what's good for them or what's not good for them. So yeah, I feel like they have manipulated you into this energy a bit. This is also being at a stalemate and a crossroads. So it could also be that you're at this point now where you're ready to make a decision, or at least a decision needs to be made about letting them stay in your life, or creating some type of a boundary for them or something different, because this is a very stale energy. So you've been stuck in this for a while now, okay? And a decision needs to be made, absolutely. I feel like you need to see the truth, whether it's dirty, ugly, bad, whatever it is, you need to see the truth. You need to take that blinder off and stop letting both sides of your mind sort of battle each other, okay? So let's get into traits. Let's get into some of their traits. What are some of the traits of the narcissist? Okay, so they appear to be very giving, loving, friendly, outgoing. They'll do anything for anyone kind of energy. Okay, but there's a little bit behind that where it's only for appearance sake. Okay, they are only doing this and coming off in this energy because they want to be viewed as good and helpful and loving and wonderful. Okay, so they're only doing this for appearance sake. They're only giving and going out of their way for people because they think they're going to get a return of that. And it's always about filling their tank up. Okay, so they got to fill their tank up really, really high. There is no half empty with the narcissist. They need it filled. Okay, so I feel like they're getting multiple sources of attention and multiple sources of praise from different people in different areas of their life. At work, they get one group of people. Friends, they get one group of people. With you and around you, they get one group of people to sort of manipulate and mold to the way they need them to think about them. If that makes any sense. The narcissist wants certain people to feel certain things for them. They get different emotions from different people, if that makes any sense. They also only give to receive. They have this air to them where they're almost like a communal narcissist, where they want to be praised for what they're doing. And when they're not praised, they're quick to say, well, I donated to that charity and they didn't do shit for me, or I did this. And they're very quick to throw things in people's face. Okay, I also feel like if this is a love relationship, they're holding the coin. Their paycheck is the reliant paycheck for some reason. And I feel like they make the people around them feel very guilty about that. Like, I'm the sole breadwinner here. Like, it's a very much an attitude, okay? But to everybody else, they look like a superstar. Okay? So that's a little bit of their traits. What are some reasons why are they like this? Why are they like this? Okay. They have a hard time accepting fault. They have a hard time accepting when something needs to just be over. When there's something that needs to move on, they are not good at that. They can't push themselves past a situation that is going to lead them into the unknown. They like to stay in their comfort zone. They like to stay in what works for them. Okay. So if they've learned to manipulate people with money or their looks or their charm or food or whatever it is, it could be anything that they've learned to use to manipulate people. They can't go back on that. And that's all they know, so to speak. Okay. So a new transition or a new way to them is like death. We're getting it right here. It's like that would end them. Okay. They also only go so far with people, and when they're discarded because someone has now figured out that this is their MO, they have a hard time with that as well. They will do everything in their power to not have it end. Okay. No relationship. They don't want their relationships to end because they're a good source of supply. They're getting what they need from every single person in their life. Okay. Think about it this way. Examine every person in this narcissist's life. What purpose do they serve? Imagine it's like a movie and everybody has a role. Okay. Think about everybody in this narcissist's life, including you. What roles do all these people play? And when you think about this and you sort of go away, take away from this reading and you think about this, I have a feeling it's all going to come into place for you. Okay. But yeah, they don't like change. They don't like endings. They don't like unknowns. They don't like, they actually don't even like negative. They can't handle negative anything. They can't deal with the fact that they could be discarded. Okay, that's very, very hurtful in their mind. Have such a weak mind and so frail and fragile in their mind over their existence and the way that they're perceived, that if someone were to think bad of them or to want to discard them, it's like the end of the world to them. Okay, it's like literally death to them. So yeah, they have some issues. They have abandonment issues. They have self-esteem issues. They have sharing issues, like being fair. They have issues with their self and the way that people view them. They want to be viewed as this hero, this great grand person with lots of money and freedom and love, and I can do anything. They want to be viewed this way. So what are some ways or, ways that they hurt or destruct others? Okay. I feel like they leave things behind. They leave things undone. Once they've decided that they're going to discard somebody and they're going to move on and look for something else that's going to serve them better, they discard. I would not be surprised if this person has had multiple relationships or multiple friendships. In each relationship, I would not be surprised if they had a million bad things to say about that last person. And I guarantee when the relationship is over with this narcissist, they're going to do the same thing to you. They're going to collect a bunch of shit to say about you to the next person, but you can't let that bother you because they literally live in this shell. They're like a hermit crab, okay? And they will change themselves for anyone. They will be a rocker today and a country music fan tomorrow if it suits what they feel like you need or they need to do to you to get you to earn trust and be with them and be on their side and love them and like them and all of that. They'll be anything you want. They'll say anything you want. But yeah, leaving shit behind. They don't clean up their mess. They just, even in arguments, they just sort of turn their back and they're like, that's it. I've said all I want to say and it's all about them. They don't want to hear what you have to say. They're very dismissive of it. When they're right, they're right. They are never wrong. I don't want to hear it. Bullshit, blah, blah, blah. I'm out the door. That's the energy that they take. So that's a way that they really can hurt people and disrupt people and, cause a lot of chaos. They literally just leave the mess for somebody else to clean up. Okay. And if you had things to say to them that were important, they're not hearing it. Okay. They're just going to let it. They're going to completely abandon it. I feel like, too, they also have major abandonment issues. I said that before. I'm saying it again now, only because it's coming through so strongly. They have major abandonment issues, okay? They'd rather leave than you leave them. And I feel like they have this energy where it's very cocky and they'd rather have multiple relationships than have one major committed relationship because they can't handle the fact that they think you're going to walk out on them, okay? So they'd rather do it before. So they make a lot of chaos. And they in the midst of the chaos, they can sort of sneak away and make it look like it was your fault and not theirs. So they can go on doing this. Okay? So ways that they harm themselves. They harm themselves out of having a normal, healthy, loving, wonderful relationship. They can't have that because they can't commit to it and they can't understand what the mechanics of a good, strong, healthy relationship are. If you can't understand the mechanics of a good, healthy relationship, you have no business even trying to get into one. But they'll present like they want it. They will definitely present like they want it. They will sabotage it because they're so afraid of it. They don't want to have this reliance on supply, love, compassion, listening to me, being on my side, defending me. That's what they want. And they cannot fathom if they had all those things and really put their energy into it in a good way and lost it. So the main theme here is abandonment issues. But yeah, they robbed themselves of a good, healthy relationship. They can't put themselves out there enough. There's not enough self-love. There's not enough love for others for them to even fathom what a good, solid home life or a good, like, let's build something here. They just can't do it. So they harm themselves that way. They rob themselves of happiness and the end result. They think by doing what they're doing, they're going to sort of keep that momentum of being happy the way that they've learned to manipulate people, to suck from people, to drain people, to take all they can take. So ways to cut ties, because that's very important. And this is a very toxic, this is more of a covert, sort of a sneaky toxic, like something that lingers around inside of you and makes you sick later on down the line, okay? And I do feel like there's cycles here, okay? So ways to cut ties. It's painful. I feel like you need to expose them. I feel like things will come out about them that are definitely heartbreaking and definitely sort of like in the betrayal sort of categories, okay? I feel like they will or have already broken your heart. I feel like they will or have already betrayed you. And I feel like they've already betrayed themselves. They're walking around with a broken heart, okay? Nothing will ever heal it. Whatever happened to them from the past, maybe they were cheated on, maybe they had one bad experience, they're carrying that throughout their life and they're putting that energy into every relationship, a failure type energy into every relationship they're in, including friendships, including jobs, bosses, everything, even with family members. They're always sort of waiting for somebody to dump them. They have like this air to them of this poor me, this very poverty stricken, love poverty, I want to call it, stricken self that they carry around. But yeah, they're going to have to be exposed. I do feel like there could be another relationship that they're in, or something they're dancing around, or someone else you can talk to that knows about them or that's dealt with them before. But yeah, they don't really have it in them to, you know, fess up or be honest. So I feel like this is going to come out in a way where, yes, it's going to be sort of bitter, cold, unfeeling, sad, sort of like, you know, betrayal, okay? And you may hear it from someone else or you may find this information on your own, but I feel like they're going to act like the victim, okay? They're going to act like the victim. They're going to try to flip it and turn it all around. But I feel like you will have some type of solid evidence, okay? So let's get a card for advice to heal. Okay, what are some things that can be done to heal? And I'm going to pull a Wisdom of the House of the Night card. So what can you do to heal? We're getting chaos. I mean, that's interestingly enough. To me, that's saying you have to remove yourself from this situation and this person to heal completely. You have to completely cut ties with them. There can be no contact, because this is what will be the end result. They're going to put your life in even more chaos, and they don't care, because if they feel like they're threatened and their ego's threatened, or they feel like they're going to be dumped and they're carrying this energy of discarded energy, like they could be discarded, they don't care about anything else. They will make your life miserable as well to suit theirs. Okay? So to heal, like I said, I feel like this has to totally be wiped out. The memories, everything has to sort of be wiped out from this person, and they just have to go, because they're in an energy where they're unstable and they feel like this. They feel like this. They feel like chaos. Okay? They feel like nothing could be structured. They feel like everything is quick and rushed and crazy in their life. So they never feel like that balanced or sort of just flat, nice, whatever energy. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Give me a big thumbs up, and love and light to you all. See you on the next reading.